Saturday, 12:05, 22 seconds. 12:05, 22 seconds. And fuck 2025, that's fifth month, May, 31st day. And all the chosen one and astrology Capricorn videos are saying that, hey, don't go outside, stay indoors. The moon blocker, the sun blocker, the eclipse is here, and people are gonna get taken down. The Jesus God angel is gonna come and slay people down. Be like the Israelites and stay in the house when the bloodshed happens outside. And transformation, big transformation day. Of course, it could all be a form of mind control. Those videos can be put up there on purpose to see if they can control Russell. You know, they think, some people think, oh, good, all we gotta do is put up a video and make it sound like a good thing, and Russell will do it. Russell will do it. So anyway, you gotta figure the beginning to this song. Boy, this fucking thing right here is just, this string right here is just, woo, that's one hell of a big ass fucking whisker. Standing clear of that fucker. Da, 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 da. and a 7 are the same note. So, you know, the bass is the 7, so it sounds like this. A1, G sharp 7. But the 7 and the 5 are interchangeable, so it can go A1, E5, F sharp 6, E5, D4, 5, 5, 6, 5, to the 6. Now, just like the 7 is it's interchangeable with the 5 chord, which the brother referred to this as the maiden chord when he was growing up, because he didn't have much theory back then while younger, so just referred to it as the maiden chord. The 3 chord is also a maiden chord, because it's a half step from the 4, just as the 7 is a half step from the 1, which are the only 2 half steps in music. Those are the only 2 half steps, musically speaking. Brother can make it look like he's got a big packing a good bulgy punch if he just situates the clothes just right. Looking like Paul Stanley now in the Lick It Up video. What a man. Look at the bulge. Gene Simmons didn't have much to pack and show. It was all the eye stardom was on Paul Stanley. He was the only one that could dance, the only one that could sing, the only one that could play guitar, and had a big fucking pack and a big bulge. But he was deaf in one ear. He confesses it in his YouTube channel. And then the 1 to the 5 at different areas on the neck. Here's a 1, 7, 5, 6, the cool thing with this F sharp 6 here, this F sharp 6 is when it's played with these three fingers like this, like a power chord. It's the same shape as a 1 chord power chord up here on the 3, 2, and 1 string. So it's actually here, like this. That's the full arpeggio, which is the Star Spangled Banner arpeggio, major arpeggio. But the full arpeggio played is that's the A4 chord with this, or A1 chord with this particular song. See, it's the A1 chord. Now the reason why the fuck you finger is all natural comes up with Russell all the time, probably because it's muscle memory, because he's always holding a guitar pick, and in order to point to something while the guitar pick's in the hand, it's natural. This is natural for Russell and lots of other guitarists, but some of them are shy with it, so you know they hold back. And also, Russell uses the fuck you finger as the Edward Van Halen taps, because he's keeping the pick in the hand. He doesn't go Van Halen like this, suck on plastic and tobacco. Plastic and tobacco. He doesn't suck on plastic and tobacco. He sucks on ice cubes. So getting back to the 4 and the 3, seeing how a 7 is also a 5 chord, which is a maiden chord when it's played as a 7. This is also the major power chord down here, the 1, which is the arpeggio again, which is the D shape, which everyone knows is the D chord right here. They play it like this. Hardly anybody plays it like this because their pinky isn't strong. Most people don't even know that that's part of the D arpeggio. And then taps, and then there's reveille. We can't get 'em up, we can't get it up at all. Da, 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 da. We can't get it up, we can't get it up, I can't get it up. What's this wee stuff, paleface? Speak for your own goddamn self, and might as well throw the pronouns on the museum shelf and just say get it up, get it up, get it up, instead of all this limp boner shit. Express the self. So that would be a 7. That would be a 7 note, and then the D chord is being shaped like this because the bar finger here, the attorney, is barring the court. And there's the fuck you finger right here that's bent up. Otherwise it would be like this, but it's used for the D, to put the D chord. It'd be like this, 3 fingers, but now it's only need 2 fingers because the bar is barring the court. The attorney is different from a lawyer now. A lawyer is more powerful than an attorney. And a lawyer does not need any permission or a license or have to pass anyone's test. Although there is a, more than likely one could call it, there's a universal test. Because law is nature, universal nature. These are things that are known. It isn't anything that anyone writes down. It's just common sense, nature. The natural laws. The natural force that comes upon. So if the 7 is also a 5, or there's a 5, E is the 5th note with the A chord, with the A key, the sheriff. Remember, the sheriffs actually run the courts. The judges don't run the courts. The sheriffs run the court. They are the executive branch. Like the President Trump, the executive branch. The bailiff is a deputy, is a sheriff's deputy. The bailiff is a sheriff's deputy. And if the people are deputies, all the people in the galley are also deputy sheriffs. And they get to tell the fucking judge what to do. Everything's been flip-flopped, folks. Flip-flopped. The people are there to ensure that the judge, the sheriff is there, the evidence is there to ensure that the judge has a proper judgment. And he ain't fucking around. You know, like the creditor-debtor records in the Secretary of State's office have been flip-flopped. People are the creditor. Bankers aren't the creditor. People are the creditor. The corporation is the debtor, and it's just a fiction on a piece of paper. And those that are running the corporation in a flip-flop mentality, they are the debtors. But they're actually the creditors. But if they want to screw around and fuck all the real creditors, you know, fuck themselves, then they're gonna be dead. And that's called a self-suicide, self-sabotaging suicide. It isn't because anyone goes and kills them. They'll have killed themselves. Although, because of the situations that happen, there might be some people executing their asses. Executive orders. That would be the sheriffs who bring in evidence. And wake it and help a child to grow up, coming to the titties for suckling, suck the lean. So. So, you know, all that. So now getting back to the 3 and the 4, you know, 3 is a maiden chord. So the brother's wondering the regular substitutional chord that 3 is substituting as a... it would be this chord. That would be a 6th chord, because a maiden chord on the 5th string for a 3 is outlining those notes, and then it has the 4th. It's a total cascading on four strings, going evenly with 4 strings, 1 fret at a time. these fucking, one of these days the brother will be able to have custom postal thimbles that are skinnier and thinner, and just have, more meat at the top, but yet be nice and tight, just enough snug. Otherwise the brother would have to file all these down customly at fucking 8 hours per thimble. Run them over a file. Just have the manufacturer, have a special batch postal thimbles just for Russell. And these only cost, like $7 for a 12-pack, $10 for a 12-pack, so it ain't like they're gonna be $300,000. Special military price, right? Military just bought some postal thimble packs at $100,000 a pack for 12 thimbles. Sounds like some CEO that thinks he's a creditor fucking the people over, wasting all the fucking money and all that shit. Some CEO needs an executive lesson. So, let's see if it sounds right. So. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I reason 4, 4, 6. Yeah, it does sound right. It's gonna go 4, 3, 2. So all together, so here's the song. The verse, this is the verse. Sometimes I cry for no reason. I see the fact before I know the flag. I see the Dixon, he cocks his head, and then he dings again. I can see it in his eyes. This might be our last goodbye. Substitute for 5, 6, 6, 6, 5, 4, 6, maybe we'll be 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2, 2, and 3, the maiden, 3 maiden. Also the 6. Otherwise, just play a regular 3 minor chord like this from the 4. Da 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 4 4 3 3 2 2 2 2 3 3 2 2 2 5 5 5 4 4 5 5 1. And let it ring out, and then go back. Start the verse on the 6. Sometimes, ding dong, the 6, 6, 5, 4, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, Independence Day, Constitution. Now, brother was covering that this 6 chord here, which is the same shape as a 1 major chord, which is the military American song. This is the same major chord right here, but it's actually a minor chord because instead of having the D shape here, it's the D minor, which is the same as the D minor down here. There it is. That's it, and that's Dave Minikitty. Dave with many kitties. Dave with much pussy. Because he was like kind of like Van Halen, one of the first heavy metal rock and roll bands that had at least a bunch of girls in the audience. David Lee Roth, he had a lot of pussy. Dave Minikitty, many kitties, lots of pussy. Something with that David. There's something with that word David. David, the Old Testament cartoon story king David. Who fucked his military commander's wife, got her pregnant, killed his commander, killed one of his head military commanders. Strong fighting men. On the D minor, and that's called the Winds of Change songs. Can't wait for tomorrow. And I can't wait for the stars and the seas and the sun to guide me. And I can't wait F sharp tomorrow. That's all F key right here. But that's a different way to play the song. I can't wait for tomorrow. Starts on the A sharp. I can't wait for the stars and seas and the sun, stars and seas and the sun to guide me. I can't, that's an A sharp 4, C5, and D6. That's the D minor 6. And then 6, 7, 1, F1, F1. Winds of change, whispering. And then the D minor comes in. There it goes. That's it. Oh. Oh. That's the D minor shape. It's different than the regular D shape, because the D shape goes up 1 fret, which is a half step from that note to that note. Now it's the D minor shape, which is now if it was minor, that'd be the girl military. And then the Star Spangled Banner would sound like this from the girl's perspective. Something like that. And then that's known as a half step. The difference between a major, a D major chord, and a D minor chord. But the brother's saying is that when it's played on the 3rd, 2nd, and 3rd string, which is known as a inversion, a particular this is an inversion, which is different than this inversion. An inversion just means that each chord is comprised with 3 notes, and an inversion just means to play the 3 notes in a different order. So start on that note, then play the other 2, or start on that note, then play the other 2, or start on that note, then play the other 2. This one's played first, dun, dun, dun. Or this one's played first, dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. See how it's dun, dun, dun. Ozzy Osbourne here. Here's his. That's the D. But it's a different chord on this one. It's C. This is a C major. This guitar is tuned with C major. This is the Ozzy Osbourne harmonica. Ozzy Osbourne plays harmonica, and the easiest one to play is the major chord harmonica. This one just happens to be a D major harmonica with the notes A, F sharp, and C. So the notes for the D, it's A, F sharp, and D. A, F sharp, and D. That's a D, it's not a C. A, F sharp, yeah, D. A, D, F sharp. So that's the order. A, D, F sharp, A, D, F sharp, A, D, F sharp, A, D, F sharp, A, D, F sharp. And then an inversion is now D, F sharp, high A. Da, 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 da. Starts on a different note. Instead of the A, starts on the D. And then another one is F sharp, A, D. Or get it down here, now it's. And that's known as an F shape, because the F shape down here for most guitar players is this. They learned first in guitar class in school, the guitar one, the teacher teaches the F1 note, and then the two notes for the 2 strings, and then they go 3 strings, and they go 4 strings, then in college they go 5 strings, and then in super college they go full bar attorney. Or lawfully, this is law, a lawyer. It's also known as a lawyer. However, when the lawyer plays, when it's played as the lawyer, it has superseding energy over an attorney until that attorney starts to flip-flop all the creditor-debtor records back to the original source, which is what execution is for. Execution enforcement. Some people call it legal enforcement, and some are in legalism enforcement, and then Russell is in law enforcement. He's a lawyer, law enforcement. And Russell is the head fucking universal lawyer. This is the head fucker. Russell's the one that brought the first lawyer position, human lawyer, extraterrestrial alien position into existence. He didn't create anything. He just put it in place. The first position, first one to hold the position. For this time. Could have been a long time ago someone put it into effect, but then there's always stories on that too. F1, E7, D6, C1, F1, E7, D6, C4, F1. This is an F bar chord, F shape, like down here. So the D, Ozzy Osbourne, except it's a C on this one, so it's, there's one inversion for the C, and then down here, here's the F shape for the. This is the Ozzy Osbourne. It's the D, Ozzy Osbourne. This is the D harmonica. Like harmony, our money, our money. Har, 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 har. Har, 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 said pirate. What's his name with Whitesnake? Pirate, what's his name with Whitesnake? What's his name? I think, is he another Dave? What the fuck's that singer's name with Whitesnake? He's a high-ass, wonderful singer, and he plays guitar too, and he dances a little bit too. He's almost up there with the Dave crowd. What the fuck's his name? Silverback something? Had a girlfriend and went on sliding on a hood, and she ended up kind of going crazy or something. Maybe the media labeled her as crazy. What the hell's that? He's the one that said, "And here I go again on my own." That's a 654 song. Here I go again on my own road. Something like that. Oh, down the only road I've ever known. Brothers never played that song ever. Might have hit it once when he was like fucking 20, 22 or something like that, 23 or... That's Vandenberg. And here I go again. Here I go. That's the E chord. No, that's D sharp. To match it with the voice that wanted to come out. And that might be a 1-4-5. You see, so that's D sharp 1. Here I go again on my own. It is a 1-4-5. That's a 4, 3, 2, and I made up my mind 2 to a 5. I ain't wasting no more time. And then it probably goes to a 6 for the verse. So the 6 would be, could be, huh? Anyway, brother would have to sit here and figure it out. What the fuck's the name of that fucking... He used to be MTV, everybody knew his fucking name. He went on YouTube and put up a fucking, his last big album, or put together album, Case album, he had the Bonds. And he was proud, and Red Beach, and Joel Holkestra. And they were saying how great the band was. We all get along together. And Dave got in there, the girl came in, and he was happy to kind of sneak the word fuck in there when the young girl came in. And he had the Bonds. He was all about, it was like a celebration that somehow he had control of the Bonds and driving around in a Jaguar and one of his other latest commercials, and Russell went on that song and put in the comments, the song sucks. Because everybody was saying it was so fucking great. And it didn't even match the power to the old fucking songs that used to come out of the brother. It didn't even match the power. It sucked compared to fucking, here I go again on my own. Gonna take the dog and raise this boner bone. Songs on that record and shit like that, and so the next thing you know, I think he might be is he a Dave too? What the fuck is that brother's name? Anyway, it will come up. So anyway, so that's all that came about with this F chord shape. That's all coming from the subconscious. Brother's gonna have to fucking... well, we're just gonna have to call this a video. There'll probably another video in the day. The brother's gonna go on in fucking MTV here. You know, YouTube, MTV. One thing leads to another with this video. It's always like that. Everything's spontaneous. Spawned. Alright, so Jack the Jizz on that one. Brother is off to the fuck. He's gonna play that song, figure out that, get a reminder on that brother's name. Jesus Christ. And the next video will come up.